Sometimes life presents us with invisible barriers that hold us back, and smart people understand these barriers better than anyone else. Intelligence isn't just about knowing things, it's about recognizing patterns that keep us stuck and finding ways to break free. Imagine your mind as a garden where certain weeds can grow without you even noticing. These weeds are habits that quietly drain your potential, stealing your energy and blocking your path to true growth. Have you ever watched someone navigate life with what seems like effortless grace? Those individuals aren't just lucky. They've learned to recognize and eliminate toxic habits that most people unconsciously carry around like heavy backpacks full of unnecessary weight. These habits aren't complicated or mysterious. They're simple behaviors that, when repeated, slowly chip away at our confidence, creativity, and ability to move forward. The human mind is remarkable. It creates shortcuts to help us survive and function, but sometimes these shortcuts become traps. We develop patterns of thinking and behaving that seem normal but actually limit our potential. Smart people have a unique ability to see these patterns and consciously choose to reshape them. They understand that personal growth isn't about perfection, but about continuous small improvements. Think about how a river flows. Water doesn't fight against rocks. It simply finds a way around them, gradually reshaping the landscape. Similarly, intelligent individuals don't waste energy battling their limitations. They observe, understand, and gently redirect their energy towards more productive paths. This isn't about being superhuman. It's about being human in the most intentional way possible. Some people believe intelligence is something you're born with, a fixed trait like eye color. But that's a dangerous misconception. Intelligence is more like a muscle that grows stronger with exercise, challenge, and consistent care. Just as athletes train their bodies, smart people train their minds by being intentional about what they allow to occupy their mental space. If these words feel like they're pulling something inside you, let yourself respond gently, perhaps with a like or a quiet moment shared below. And if this journey resonates, follow us. We are creating a space where anyone can learn about themselves with calm and clarity. Your first step towards understanding starts right here, right now. The habits we're about to explore aren't complicated scientific theories. They're everyday behaviors that most people don't even realize are holding them back. These are the silent saboteurs of potential, the quiet whisperers that tell you to stay comfortable, to avoid risk, to blend in. But you are not most people. You are someone capable of recognizing these patterns and choosing a different path. Imagine your mind as a sophisticated computer. Just like a computer needs regular maintenance, cleaning of unnecessary files, and protection from viruses, your brain requires similar care. Smart people are essentially excellent system administrators of their own mental landscape. They know how to identify processes that aren't serving them and have the courage to shut them down, restart, and reprogram. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast landscape of possibility, where every habit you've ever developed is a path stretching out before you. Some paths are wide and well-trodden, leading to comfort but not growth. Others are narrower, less traveled, but filled with potential for transformation. Smart people have a unique ability to look at these paths and choose wisely, understanding that the most comfortable route is rarely the most rewarding. The human brain is a fascinating mechanism, constantly seeking patterns and shortcuts. But these shortcuts can become invisible chains that bind us to mediocrity. Consider how we often repeat behaviors not because they serve us, but because they feel familiar. It's like wearing shoes that are too tight, uncomfortable, but somehow easier than finding a new pair that actually fits perfectly. Intelligence is about recognizing these ill-fitting patterns and having the courage to change them. One of the most profound habits smart people avoid is the trap of constant comparison. In a world saturated with social media and endless streams of curated success stories, it's easy to fall into the quicksand of measuring your journey against others. But true intelligence understands that every human experience is unique, like a fingerprint. Your path is not meant to look like anyone else's. Comparison is the thief of joy, and smart individuals protect their inner peace by focusing on their own growth. Mental clutter is another silent killer of potential. Just as a messy room can overwhelm your physical space, a cluttered mind can paralyze your ability to think clearly and make decisive actions. Smart people are ruthless editors of their mental environment. They don't just accumulate information, they process, reflect, and discard what no longer serves their growth. It's like maintaining a beautiful garden. Constant pruning allows the most important thoughts and ideas to flourish. If this reflection echoes something you've carried silently, you are not alone. Feel free to leave your thoughts or simply be here with us. And if you wish, subscribe and return when the path calls again. This journey of understanding is not about perfection, but about gentle, consistent awareness. The art of saying no is perhaps one of the most sophisticated skills of intelligent individuals. It's not about being difficult or uncooperative. It's about understanding the value of your time, energy, and attention. Every time you say yes to something, you're simultaneously saying no to something else. Smart people are strategic architects of their attention, carefully choosing where to invest their most precious resources. Consider how a skilled navigator doesn't try to sail in all directions at once. They choose their course deliberately, understanding that spread too thin, one cannot move with purpose and depth. This is true intelligence, the ability to discern, to prioritize, to create space for what truly matters. It's about quality over quantity, depth over breadth. Emotional intelligence is often more crucial than traditional measures of intellect. Smart people understand that raw knowledge means little without the ability to navigate complex human interactions. They avoid the trap of reactive emotions, learning instead to create a small space between stimulus and response. This space is where true freedom lies, the freedom to choose your reaction rather than being controlled by immediate impulses. Failure is not something to be feared, but a teacher to be respected. Many people build elaborate defense mechanisms to avoid the discomfort of making mistakes. Smart individuals see failure differently. They understand that each misstep is a data point, a valuable piece of information that provides insight into what doesn't work, thus bringing them closer to what does. It's like a scientist conducting experiments. Every result, whether expected or not, is valuable information. The journey of intelligence is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most curious, the most open to learning, the most willing to challenge your own assumptions. It's about understanding that your current knowledge is just a small window into a much larger world of possibilities. Smart people maintain a sense of wonder, a childlike ability to be constantly amazed and eager to learn. In the deepest corners of human experience, there exists a profound landscape of inner struggle and potential transformation. Most people move through life like shadows, never truly seeing the intricate mechanisms of their own minds. But true intelligence is not about external achievements or impressive credentials. It's about the courage to look inward, to confront the uncomfortable truths that we often hide from ourselves. The human psyche is a complex universe, filled with hidden corridors of fear, unresolved emotions, and unexplored potential. Every moment of our existence is a battle between our conditioned responses and our true capacity for growth. Smart individuals understand that the most significant journey is not the one we take in the external world, but the one we navigate within ourselves. They recognize that our greatest limitations are not external circumstances, but the invisible barriers we construct in our own minds. Think about the way a tree grows. It doesn't fight against the wind or resist the changing seasons. Instead, it bends, adapts, and finds strength in its ability to remain rooted while simultaneously reaching towards new possibilities. This is the essence of true intelligence, a flexible, resilient approach to life that understands challenge as an opportunity for deeper understanding rather than a threat to be avoided. The human mind is a masterpiece of complexity, capable of extraordinary feats of creativity, resilience, and transformation. Yet, most people live only a fraction of their potential, trapped in patterns of thought and behavior that were established long ago. Smart individuals have learned to become observers of their own mental processes, to create a space between their thoughts and their reactions. This space is where true freedom resides, the ability to choose to respond rather than simply react. Imagine consciousness as an infinite ocean, and our everyday thoughts as waves on its surface. Most people identify completely with these waves, believing them to be the entire reality. But intelligent minds learn to dive deeper, to understand the vast, calm space beneath the surface. They recognize that our thoughts are not absolute truths, but merely temporary experiences passing through our awareness. Pain is not something to be feared or avoided, but a profound teacher that offers deep insights into our inner world. Many people build elaborate defense mechanisms to protect themselves from discomfort, creating emotional walls that ultimately limit their growth. Smart individuals understand that vulnerability is not weakness, but the most courageous form of strength. They learn to sit with their pain, to explore it with compassion and curiosity, transforming it into a source of wisdom and personal evolution. The human experience is fundamentally about connection, not just with others but with ourselves. We are complex, multi-layered beings with depths that extend far beyond our surface-level experiences. Intelligence is the ability to recognize these layers, to explore them with honesty and compassion, to understand that our struggles are not punishments, but invitations to deeper self-understanding. Every moment carries the potential for transformation. The mind is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic, ever-changing landscape of possibilities. Smart people understand that personal growth is not a destination, but a continuous journey of exploration, learning, and profound self-discovery. They approach life with a sense of wonder, recognizing that each experience, whether painful or joyful, carries a unique lesson. The boundaries of human potential are far more flexible than most people realize. Our beliefs about ourselves are often nothing more than inherited stories, conditioned responses that we've accepted without question. True intelligence is the ability to challenge these narratives, to recognize that we are not bound by our past experiences, but are constantly capable of rewriting our own story. As we reach the culmination of our journey, we stand at the threshold of transformation. Intelligence is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding of awareness, a gentle awakening to the extraordinary potential that resides within each of us. The habits we've explored are not obstacles to be conquered, but invitations to a more profound way of experiencing life, a path of conscious, intentional growth. Imagine yourself as a constant work of art, forever in progress. Each moment is a brush stroke, each choice a color that adds depth and meaning to your personal canvas. Smart people understand that life is not about achieving a perfect picture, but about embracing the beautiful complexity of continuous creation. They see their imperfections not as flaws, but as unique textures that make their journey remarkable and uniquely their own. The most powerful form of intelligence is compassion, first towards yourself, and then extending to the world around you. It's about recognizing that every person is fighting their own invisible battles, carrying their own hidden wounds and unspoken dreams. When you learn to approach yourself with kindness, you unlock a profound ability to understand and connect with others. This is not weakness. This is the deepest form of strength. Our minds are like gardens that require consistent, gentle cultivation. Just as a gardener doesn't force seeds to grow but creates the right conditions for life to flourish, smart individuals create internal environments of curiosity, openness, and self-compassion. They understand that growth is not about perfection, but about patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn from every experience. The world is changing faster than ever before. The most valuable intelligence is not about having all the answers, but about developing the capacity to ask better questions. It's about maintaining a sense of wonder, staying adaptable, and understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to expand your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Intelligence is a living, breathing process of continuous discovery. If this story helped you see a part of yourself more clearly, leave a trace, a like, a comment, a decision to walk with us. Subscribe and let this space be part of your own healing. Your journey of understanding is not solitary. It's a collective exploration of human potential, a shared path of growth and transformation. Consider how a river doesn't fight its way through obstacles, but finds a way around them, constantly reshaping its path. This is the essence of true intelligence, the ability to flow, to adapt, to see challenges not as barriers, but as invitations to grow. Your mind is infinitely more flexible than you realize. Every moment carries the potential for profound transformation. The most remarkable aspect of human intelligence is its capacity for reinvention. We are not static beings, but dynamic, ever-changing universes of potential. The habits you've learned to recognize are not chains that bind you, but awareness that sets you free. Each insight is a key, each moment of understanding a doorway to a more conscious way of living. As you move forward, remember that intelligence is not about being perfect. It's about being curious, kind, and willing to look at yourself and the world with fresh eyes. It's about understanding that your greatest resource is not your knowledge, but your capacity to learn, to grow, to transform. You are not defined by your past, but by the choices you make in this moment and the moments that follow. Your journey of intelligence is uniquely yours. It's a path of continuous discovery, of gentle self-exploration, of finding strength in vulnerability and wisdom in compassion. Embrace it fully with all its complexities, its challenges, and its infinite possibilities. They said you were weird. But the truth is your mind sees what others can't. Subscribe to discover the genius hidden beneath the silence.